Good afternoon, everyone. So today we are here to just understand a bit about the data science, how it's contributing a key role inside the organization all around the globe. So today we are just going to see as to how data science is working in an organization, what is its life cycle basically, and we'll see how it is benefiting everyone. So let's move it. Our today's agenda would be to understand as to what is data science, its or the qualities a data scientist must acquire or should have, its job role and skill sets, and then we'll go inside the life cycle of a data science and we'll see how the complete life cycle of how a data science project is made from the scratch. So there are three, four steps which are involved. First, we go on with business understanding, data acquisition and understanding. Then we go to modeling, deployment, customer acceptance, and maintenance. And then we'll see a bit of how the contribution of data science is in the organization itself. So let's go ahead and see in details. So in introduction, first let's understand what is data science. So in simple terms, data science basically is understanding the huge amount of data, or you can say a metadata, and finding some key like models or key values which are important, which we see as a key, which will play a key factor on some places. So data science is a combination of multiple disciplines. Yes, so a data scientist should be good in statistics and data analysis, not just the coding part. Machine learning and coding is important, but before that, there is a few pre-processing steps or pre-processes which are done, and it's basically in the statistics and the data analysis part only. So when we talk about the statistics and data analysis part, is basically understanding a particular feature. Let's say, so if I give an example, currently we are in the semifinals of the IPL. So in throughout the years, in the past 10 or 12 years, how the game has changed, how the bowling of the particular team has changed. So if you have seen IPL quite closely, you will understand in the first 5 overs they ball in a general length, and in the last 5 overs they generally like lose up their speed and tend to ball much more yorkers. And this is because like there are few key people who are sitting behind the laptops, and they are analyzing all the data, and they are seeing its effect in the inside the match. So this is how all these things are happening here there itself. So those all things come inside the part of a data analysis. Data science is all about gathering data. Yes, so if you want to make a good data science model project, you need a lot of data for it to analyze, and then you go ahead and make some decisions over that. Finding patterns in the data is a key factor. As to if just the data is not enough, you need to understand the data as well. You need to understand how those data is like finding patterns between them, and see how you can make some predictions from that. So make use of theory and methods to provide concrete and actionable solutions. Yes, so when we say about theory, so there is few theory as in machine learning, and there are few other data science tools which help us in like making a concrete example, concrete foolproof POC, you can say, and then we can show it to the clients and say, look, this is working, and this will help you benefit to your organization as well. So this is how data science whole project works, and what is data science basically is all about. So qualities of a data scientist. Let's see what are the qualities. So a data scientist is basically, you can say, the person who understands the data and is able to generate a good business objective problem solution. So discover valuable insights in the huge amount of data, and which can help and can be used for company specific strategies. So when we talk about data science inside the organization, first it's important to understand what is the business problem. If we know the business problem, then we can go around and see the data, and then we can go about and analyzing the data, how what we can gain from that. Data scientists empower management to make smarter decisions. Yes, it's true. So just in simple case, it will help you to make smarter decisions. If let's say you there's a HRs are hiring people, we can get the resumes and we can shortlist like few key keywords from the resumes, and we can say, look, hey, these are the these are the good resumes, you should look into these people, and then you can interview them. So this is helping the organization as well as to make some smarter decisions throughout the organization. Data scientists make it easier to achieve business goals. Yes, if you have a business goal and it is backed by a data which will help you achieve that goal, it's always good. Challenge the workforce to embrace data. Yes, I think in today's world everyone is embracing the data, and it's nothing new. I think in future it will just get more refined and more used. Define target audience. Yes, this is the key factor which comes in a data science project, is to, like, you don't want to hit all the audience. You need to just hit the specific audience for which you are targeting. So this is a key factor, especially when you come to the sales of a certain particular products and you want some target audience for that. So you will only hit those areas only. Identify new revenue of opportunities. Yes, so with the advance of machine learning techniques and computer vision, there are new revenues and avenues opening all throughout your organization and throughout the globe. Analytical mind and business acumen. Yeah. I think being a data scientist is not just about understanding the code or being better at the analysis part. It's also a mindset as well, because being a data scientist, you need to see find data throughout. If in a net day by day, in a regular day, you will find so many things which will say, "Hey, this is a part of a data." This can be checked as an example, and we can do something about that. So data is everywhere nowadays. Its responsibilities. So job responsibilities of data science is pretty much from the data analysis part to all the way through building a model and making a smart predictive tool. So first we go with fetching information from various sources and analyzing it to get a clear understanding of how an organization works, performs. So yes, fetching information is basically like getting the data inside the short Excel or CSV format, or maybe it could be a tabular or non-tabular format. And then we use some statistical analysis methods plus some AI tools to automate some specific processes within the organization. So yes, once you get the data, you need to understand how to use statistics inside it and get some few factors, key, like intake on that. Then there are a few AI tools you can use as well. Nowadays there are many. So just it's just basically hit and tell sometimes, and you can find some insights from that, and then you can go and develop some smart solutions to the business challenges. Yes, build predictive model and machine learning algorithms is a key factor for a data scientist. You need to understand predictive models, how a model is working, how is it performing, how you can make a build a better accuracy for your predictive model is all the key parts of being a data scientist. Machine learning algorithms are plenty nowadays. So depending on your business problem, you can make your machine learning algorithm or use certain one depending on your solutions. Project information using data visualization tools. Yes, the information of a data can not, like, not everyone can understand the complete CSV file. So it's important for us to make a good visualization of the data. So there are few libraries as well, like people might know about Matplotlib or Seaborn libraries. So those are the tools which helps a data scientist to make a common person understand, like, what is the main thing which is coming out of this data or this particular format. This helps not just a data scientist but also the whole organization people in general to understand. So okay, this might be the thing that these guys are targeting at, and we should look into this. So this is how visualizing helps in a data science. Purpose, solution, and strategies to tackle business challenges. Yep, we always propose solutions to the business challenges and just to acquire them and tackle them. So skill sets required are plenty for being a data scientist. Data scientists need to use mathematics to process and structure the data they are dealing with. Probability and statistics, yeah, definitely. Statistics allow data scientists to slice and dice through the data, extracting the insights needed to make the reasonable conclusion. Yep. So statistics and probability is pretty much important. Programming is important in data science as in any other, like, profile as well. So mostly nowadays, like data science projects are mostly made nowadays in Python or R. and Java is sometimes used. Yes, so there are many programming languages depending on an organization what it's using. It is specified. So kindly, like we are mostly focused on Python itself, and we do all our programming in Python itself. So it's important to have a key understanding of a particular language, so you can like build your code around that. Data management, ability to extract the data from relational database. So yes, the information or knowledge about database is also informing. It could be RDBMS or it could be BigQuery, whichever is being used in the organization. It's important to understand how it is working, and you need to have some key knowledge about that part as well. It's important when you are like fetching the data and running it through your model and pre-processing it. Machine learning and deep learning, yes, key thing inside a data science small project. So machine learning algorithms, the knowledge of them, and how a deep learning model is working, this is all important. Even the, let's say, computer vision is also important nowadays. Many organizations are focused on that part as well. Cloud computing is again a key factor which is used. So all this huge amount of data are mostly stored in cloud, and you need to understand how you can utilize them from there and get some insights. So let's go for the data science life cycle and see what are the different stages of life cycle in the data science. So this is a snippet of how data science life cycle is looking at. So if we go, there's first a business understanding. You need to like have a particular like set on like what you want to tackle here. If once you have a target, like this is the target we want to achieve, then you go around and then you go and fetch data and see what kind of data you have which can help you get to that target. And then you can go to the deployment and modeling part. So these are simultaneously connected. So once you have a business understanding, some people might just go straight away with modeling, but it's better to do some pre-processing and understanding of data as well. So these are the few factors which comes. So there is also feature engineering, model training, and model evaluation, which all helps in to understand how accurately we are getting our target as well. So these are the few things, and all these things are needed to be built in a pipeline, in a proper pipeline code manner, so that we can do that. And at the end, once we get the customer acceptance, it means the client is happy, he likes our POC, and he will use it in his organization as well. So that's the end target, obviously. So let's go. So first is business understanding. So enable to make a data science project, you need to have a certain goal, certain enterprise goal, or there must be a like a few loophole you might have found in your organization. Like this is the thing like which can be improved or sharpened with the use of data science machine learning model.
Pranav, why don't we start the life cycle with a real life problem? Just
Sure.
everyone heard
We'll
about, I believe, house price prediction model.
we'll
So
we'll add that
start.
with this one. So let's say, like Durgesh said, let's take in house price prediction. So some people might have done this already, or if not, it's a simple thing in which we there is a large amount of data which gives us the idea of how the prices of the houses in a particular region. So when a person is looking for a house, he will just specify like this is the certain thing we are looking for. Like we need 2 BHK or 3 BHK. We need this many bedrooms, this many bathrooms. We need a balcony. We need a like living area certain of certain square feet. So these all are in that like house price prediction data. And then it will help you once you like feed in that data, it will just help you to get an estimate of how much the will it cost to get you that house. As simple as that. So here you can see our key goal is to understand getting the how much will it cost to get a house according to your particular need, right? So this is our business enterprise goal, or understanding like this is our goal. We need to get to this target. So it's important to identify key business variables that the analysis needs to predict. So here we are looking to analyze or predict the price of an house. So we define our model, and we refine our data according to that. So we define a project goals by asking and refining sharp questions and relevant specific and ambiguous questions. Yeah. So once you try to understand a business, like what is your key. So it's important to ask questions as well. Okay, so what is my goal? How many steps? What is the model that we are going to use? What are going to be our pre-processing steps? How much data do we have, any key features which is supporting this, or if not, what are the areas we should be looking for? So these are the key things we should be asking once we are trying to understand a business or a certain enterprise goal. Yeah. So let's go ahead. When it comes to data acquisition and understanding, is exactly where you need to have a good understanding of the data. And in real world, data is often noisy. So if once you are trying to predict a house at a certain area, you need to understand all the areas houses. You need to have a certain data which is giving you understanding of, okay, this house is this much and it contains this many features. It's like it has 2 bedrooms, it has 3 balconies or 2 bathrooms. So you need that kind of data, and you need to pre-process them according to your need. So it's the aim is to basically produce a clean and high quality of data set whose relationship to the target variables is understood. So once you understand that these are key features, and you understand these features will help us to get to our target. So you need to just basically have a clean set of data which is ambiguous, and just make your predictive model according to that. Develop a solution architecture to the of the data pipeline that refers. Yes, so data changes regularly, or some organization might improve it on a yearly basis. Some organization also do it on a monthly basis as well. So important to make a particular architecture data pipeline, which certainly me and Durgesh are working on right now. So it's important to make a data pipeline which will help you like regularly refresh the data and the scores of the data regularly. It's basically a pipeline which will regularly automate your data inside your cloud, or wherever you are storing it. So that's about the data acquisition and understanding. Further apart modeling, I'll let Durgesh, you can continue from here.
Yeah, thanks, Pranav. So, like as Pranav has been discussed, like how important the second stage is for us, like understanding the data. Like, if we take the example of house price prediction, as Pranav was mentioning, so first we need to understand, like we have our objective is like to predict the house price, right? So the thing is ki, like first we need to decide like what are the key features that is going to impact the price of the house. Like what's your requirement, and like if you require 2 BHK house, if you require your house contains 3 bathrooms, if you require like it should have this much of whole carpet area or like square foot area. So these are the things that affect the final output of your model, like the house, the price that you are predicting. So the key step is like the feature engineering, that it involves a lots of statistical analysis and feature engineering part, data cleaning, and lots of things. Like the raw data that we get is really much noisy. Like we have to pre-process the complete data. We have to remove. We have some outliers. We have to deal with the outliers parts. We have to remove the We have some null values. We have some you can say uh, unambiguous data that we need to treat on unstructured data that we need to clean up. So after that step, it comes to a modeling part. So once we have the data prepared, then we move on the which algorithm we are going to use for the modeling purpose. So the algorithm is completely dependent on the data that we have and the objective that we are going to achieve. So here our objective is to like predict the price of the house. So we'll tendly move on the basic level. We'll tendly to move about the regression part. It's like predicting the value. So we will move forward the regression part. So we have the target variable is like the price, and we have some dependent variables over like the as I said, the number of rooms, number of bathrooms, square foot of living, and all these things. So in the modeling part, so we determine the optimal features that I mentioned, the optimal features for the machine learning model, and create an informative machine learning model that predicts the target most accurately. So it's not like we achieve the best accuracy in the first model that we train. Like we have to refine our model stage by stage. Like first we train, we get accuracy around 60%. Then we do some more analysis and see where we are lacking. Then we add that feature more, that this feature is more contributing. We check the correlation values, we check the correlation coefficients and other covariance, and then we try to refine our model as much as we can. So the process for the model training includes the functions that split the data randomly for the modeling. Like we split our data into training part and the testing part. Like if we have, suppose that we have 100 data points, right? So let's split 60 data points for the training of the model, and then we keep 40 data points for testing our developed model. Like and then we'll build the model using the training data set. Then we evaluate our model on the basis of test data set. So it's like a series of completing machine learning algorithms along with the various associate tuning parameters, like I just said. So it the process continues until the achieved accuracy has been attained. The desired accuracy has been attained. So okay, let's move to the deployment. So, yeah. So once our model is prepared with our desired accuracy, so the model needs to be deployed on somewhere. So the deploy models with a data pipeline, like in the current scenario, lot huge volume of data has been coming up day by day. So we have to put our deployment in a in a such manner that it got refreshed over the incoming data also. So the model deployment for production is like the production environment for the final user acceptance. Like the model will be deployed for the final user acceptance. The user will test our model and check our accuracy and check that his uh, his problem has been solved or not. So after you have set a model that performs well, you can operationalize them for other applications to consume. Depending on the business requirement, predictions are made either in a real time or a batch basis. As I said, that it's totally depends on the business requirement. That you, the prediction you want to make it would be real time prediction or it would be on a batch basis. Yeah. So the deploy model will exposed with an API interface. Uh, so the interface will enable the models to be easily consumed from various applications. So next slide. Yeah. So customer acceptance. So when the customer is completely satisfied with the model and all the requirements that he or she just asked for, so confirm that the pipeline, the model, and the deployment in the production environment satisfies the customer objectives. So the customer is going to validate that the system is meeting his business needs and goals and answer all the questions, and it have the acceptable accuracy to deploy the system to the production for the use of client application. The project is handed off to the entity responsible for the operations. So it's like in the as we say about the house price prediction. So let's say we use a regression model, linear regression, and we at the end we achieve 90% or 92% of accuracy, and the the price that we are predicting. Suppose that we predicted a 3 BHK house around of 55 lakhs, which is more hours like it's you can say it's accurate around the what the market have. Like it's like 52 lakhs. The model is predicting 52 lakhs, and in the market it's around 53 and 54 lakhs. So it could be acceptable. Like it's have a little much of difference only. So that could be refined over the period of the time also. Now next. Yeah, so the main part comes over after the deployment is the monitoring and the maintenance, because over the once we train our model and deploy the production, the work doesn't end there. Like new data comes every day. Like as we see new, so the models needs to be refined accordingly. As Pranav gives an example of the IPL matches, and as you can see is like let's see the house price predictions examples also. Like the market is going up and down, like the price are really fluctuating. So all these factors affect the model. So the model should be continuously monitored, and if it requires any kind of maintenance or retraining that needs to be done, so it will be done. And I believe periodic retraining of the models are required. So yeah, so it's a continuous phase of the ML deployment. Like it's a continuous cycle of all the data, the data science cycle.
Yeah, another thing I'll add is like, what if this model is failing over a certain period of time, then we might have to certainly diminish this model and make a new model for our business
Yeah,
problem. Because sometimes if happens like the model which was working 2 or 3 years earlier, it might not work now because there is certain various changes in data over the time. So it's important to like evaluate your model performance on a timely basis as well. So going to next.
the contribution to the organization. That's like how the data science is contributing to the organization. So data science or data scientist helps the business to monitor and manage and collect all the performance measures to improve the decision making across the organizations. Like it's gathered all the data and analyzes the data, like what needs to be done and what it in short, it helps better making the decision better for the organization, which it's used that company can use the trend analysis to we can analyze the trends of the like the how the weather forecasting works. Like we observe the trend of the weather or and then predict that make a prediction that this could be the next or we can say this could be the weather for today or tomorrow for next week. So likewise, company also use the trend analysis. Like they have their data from the past, and they use the data to analyze the trend, how the company growth is going up or going down. Yeah. So data science models make use of current data and may simulate a variety of operations. As a result, the business may look for candidates with a professional certificate registered for this. Yeah, so data in the current organization, everyone demands like everyone wants to do these kinds of things like trend analysis. The company wants to see where the trend goes. So there is a lot has been demand has been raised in the data science and the ML field. So yeah, so data science assists firms in identifying and refining the target audience by integrating data with additional data points to provide meaningful insights. This is the same point that has been discussed earlier. Like we identify the target audience that we need to target on. Like these are our target audience. These are the audience that we need to focus on to sell our product or to approach on.
Sure.
Here are some references that we took to prepare this slide. Thank you. Uh, Anyone have any questions they can ask?
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, Durgesh and Pranav, for presenting this knowledge. I think I hope everybody got a good understanding of the data science life cycle. So this was most like due to the limited time this was covered, but the life cycle in itself and the stages in itself are quite big. So uh, I think
Nice.
they have covered it well. So if there is anything you would like to know more, anyone can touch base with the studio, and we'll be glad to help everyone out.
Definitely, yeah. Okay, so if not any more question, then we can wrap this up. So thank you everyone for joining, and have a good day. So goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.